driveways on the freeway. I was like, look at that view. The Summerlin Mountains. I'm in the car with my own separate thoughts. Saints brand. You already know what time it is. I'm in the car. I figured I stopped jamming for a little bit and I started to think I didn't even do the morning motivation this morning. I had such a good time last night. My friend Kimmy's turning 50. Yep, I got friends that are 50 now. And I need to holler at her. You know what I'm saying? I needed to holler at my friends. Sometimes you gotta check on your cool friends, you know? Check on yourself. There's a lot of situations going on. And I was like, I need to check in. You know what I mean? I'm actually just missing my exit actually right now. Whoops. How do I get back on this freeway? I'm on Rainbow. I'm fucking up my directions trying to do this show. I don't even know. And instantly there's a homeless guy. So it sucks, but it's true. You know? Dude, life coming at me fast and I can't even catch up. It's one of those situations where it comes at us fast and we don't even realize how fast our lives have changed or come at us and changed and evolved us. And right now I just got off the phone with my friends. It's hard to look and there's a human being right there, combat vet in the Gulf. Yeah, he's got the long edge stare. I can't even right now. I don't want to exploit anybody, you know. I just want to show what it looks like when you don't have anybody to help you. And I'm grateful that I have my friends right now because they're like, just come visit, just crash on the couch. We know you're going to be tired. Don't worry about it. We got you type, energy. And it's different than when everybody was all pissed and stressed and infighting. And I'm actually traveling again. So I got all my stuff packed in the back, literally my whole being and life for the next year, and feeling it on my chest and feeling it's happening, and and grabbing the passport and grabbing my life by the balls and changing it, and that's a tough thing to do. This guy's got a lot of signs. I am scared a little bit. Not scared, I don't even want to say those words out loud. I am feeling the moment of just how fast life comes at you. It's extremely intimidating. Life comes at us so fucking fast, dude. And I kind of wanted to drive around the freeway, but one minute you're on your friend's couch, and the next minute you're on your friend's couch in England, and then the next minute you're in Edinburgh, Scotland, and any minute you can snap your finger and 10 days go by. Think about your last 10 days, how fast weeks go by, time just goes by, snap of a finger, and you're on to the next thing. You're on to the whole next mission, and it's so fast that life comes at us so fast. And I'm like, wow, my friend's 50, my friends are dying, I'm about to leave. Like, this is literally my last 84 hours of being in this country and having to do with what's going on in America. And I'm driving my car, I'm feeling free, but it's like, the usual thing. I've been on these streets many a times. You got to be willing to say goodbye to the streets and say hello to a new habit or a new pattern. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, man, how many times have I been to Alta and Rainbow? It's just a typical day for that dude right there. But I'm on Alta and Rainbow. And how many times have I been on Alta and Rainbow? Many times in my life. And then, this is a part of my life. And you kind of absorb life a little bit differently when you start traveling. You start picking up the thing that makes you, oh shit, the cops. The reason why I'm traveling anyway is this police pulling over 3 different people over there. It's one of those things that I'm literally fighting for my when I won't go down, my independence, my freedom, to get to a different country and to be free is it means everything to me. That's why I've been sneaking around on the freeways. That's why I'm kind of going around doing different things, avoiding the speed traps, avoiding the gridlock, avoiding the bullshit, and I've been really doing a good job of it, I think, of making my way through heartache and loss and making something positive of it all. I'm doing it with no cash at all, like literally no cash in my accounts. I'm trying to get some late minute business, but like nothing to write home about. I don't have like thousands of dollars. I have a couple $1,000 in credit cards, but that's it. This is my whole thing, and I'm all in going into the world with just my cell phone, my credit card, and my friends. And most importantly, let me start with the words friends first, because then I'm going to be taken care of. I'm going to get the family treatment, and then I'm going to be able to rest up, and then I'm going to be here for Easter holiday and be there for Easter Sunday and have an Easter meal with my friends, and that they have the family plan so that way we can all go up to Edinburgh, Scotland together on the cheap. And there's just so many advantages to having friends, not having to pay rent, and not having to pay for your stay. And 10 days seems to be the limits of when you wear off your newness, and then 2 weeks is like you live here, and where's my rent, and you've outstayed your welcome. So I've kind of sensed that being on people's couches. If it for 2 months in Finland, yeah, because I've lived there before and I have multiple couches to visit while I'm there. Same in Turkey. I'm not wearing out the full 2 months on somebody. That's a little too much for some people. You know what I mean? I spread the time around and spread my energy around and around my friends, because you don't want to suffocate people. You don't want to wear out your welcome. Everybody can be friendly to an extent, and then you're like, bro, how long are you gonna be here already? And that's just one of those things that I'm learning what to do with my car. I've already had a car towed and auctioned off underneath me last time I traveled, so that's kind of the thing I'm really worried about right now. But other than that, I'm not worried about the money. I'm just kind of worried about how, like, not worried at all. I mean, I'm just feeling an interesting vibe of this too shall pass, and how long I've been traveling, and I've been traveling for 10 years plus, and how I always just kind of absorb my traveling and go where I'm wanted. I'm like fighting with my mom. I know I'm going to miss her, and it sucks that we're fighting right now, but it's like, giving ourselves time and space to stay apart, and also from my everyone, nobody's like ringing down my doorbell, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where us as people, we wear each other out. We wear out the time, and then, what do you do with your time? Oh, shit, you know what? I'm going to just work for this next couple of years, and then I'm going to save up and get a house, and then you park yourself for a couple of years. You might not even have a couple more years to live. Like, that's a fucking real thing. And that kind of really motivated me. Like, these are my friends, and I thought they'd be around to the end. And sure, people change too. People change. But, at least I got some people to visit. I'm not such an asshole where I actually wore out my welcome so bad that I'm not welcome to other people's houses. Instead, I've been invited around the world. My parents might not love me or not talk to me or whatever they're fucking doing, or my siblings. I got people that are like brothers, and all I have to say is I'm coming. And Mom Mary's like, shit, I should get ready, and things like that. It's one of those where this whole situation is interesting to me. It's very interesting to me. Life in general is very interesting to me, because it's always happening, and the times that slip by in the hourglass might be just specks one moment, and then there'll be everything the next moment. That there's so much riding on our existence, and I'm kind of sad inside. I told my friend, there's a hole in my chest where I lost my child. There's this thing where, and I want to say I'm empty inside, and then people read into it and depressed or all this other stuff. There's a form of depression there. Like, I stopped working out, but I still go for walks, and some things don't bring me as much light as they could have. So the happiest thing I could ever have is a child, and I had this whole moment where I was going to be a father and transform, and now I'm having this whole moment where I'm about to be a traveler again for a long period of time, and just go. Boldly go. And I'm boldly going into the future, and the future's already coming at us. That's the weird part. That's why I started the show. It's like, I'm having this thought while I'm stoned driving the car, and I'm like, but the future's coming at us so fast. And you get on the what's the Ferris Bueller explanation, where it's like, life comes at you fast, you better stick around. And it's like, yeah, we don't really stick around. We just let it go through our hands, through our cell phones, through our fingers, until we look up in the mirror and we're like, holy shit, I'm old. I'm so happy to have got you heard on everything. Okay, so see, And then there's my friends just checking in with me, happy to see me, grateful that I'm coming, and bringing that kind of good energy. I'm using it for healing. You know, I'm gonna get on your couch. It could be a gurney in a hospital, but I'm gonna be on a friend's couch healing myself from that thing that's missing in me, and the thing that keeps me from screaming I love my life. I've got to risk my life to love my life. Isn't that kind of weird? You know, I got to put up something and shut up about the complaining, and get to where I'm free, where now I can travel with my friends and stay away from this kind of bullshit. You know, it's like this is what's happening in our worlds. You know, I don't feel free in my own country. You know, they took my freedom again. I was in a jail cell. I was just driving by where I was incarcerated, and thought about how many of my people are probably still there right now, sitting there on their pattern. I looked at my clock to see what time lunch was going to be served, because you know it's 4 a.m., noon, and 4 p.m. Right? There's always a pattern and a cycle, you know. And it's just weird that I know that stuff. It's weird that I have to know that 4 a.m.'s a wake-up call to wake you up out of your slumber on an already metal bed, and your hips are bruised, and you're sleeping on no pillow. They don't give you any pillows because they're worried about lice, and you end up going to around the world, being less than 4 days away from Saturday today. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday I fly. I mean, 3 days away. It gives your heart a rush. I feel a flush, you know. I feel an intensity to it, you know. There's definitely a whoa, you know. And it's like, holy shit, you think you got a pattern, and you're going to be on the couch, and you're going to do certain things, and then in the next moment, guess what's going to happen? You're in a whole different moment. You're on a whole different couch. Your bags are packed. You're ready to go. You're moving. Your body's moving. The time's moving. Time zones are moving. Change, you know. We were arguing this morning. She said 7 degrees, and is that Celsius or Fahrenheit? That's Celsius. They're in meters. You know what I mean? It's just weird to be on European standards and have my different plugs with me and be ready to travel. I'm such a good traveler that I kept all my plugs for European plugs when I've been traveling, so I can plug in my gadgets. That's already in my bag. And the fact that I already have my bags packed, you know, can I get a boom, baby, boom? There's my big boy Benny Mac. I didn't know he was watching. And then this starts it off, and I end it with where Benny Mac's at. I'm going all the way to the cooch of the planet where he's at in New Zealand. So I put my whole life on the line, you know. I don't have like Australian money, so I'm just kind of hopping and skipping just so I can say I've been to Australia. Kind of like the same thing for Scotland. I've been to Scotland, just take the day trip and go to Edinburgh. I've just been there, you know, like just a real quick touch, a real quick kiss, you know, nothing that's called home. It's expensive to stay in Edinburgh. How do I know? My friends told me so. And that's what it is. It's just like going off of the suggestions of my friends, where they're going to eat. They got a thing planned for me on tapas night. It's so amazing, you know, like to have friends that are like wanting to do things with you. And the castle where, what's his name? The Lionheart, King Richard the Lionheart lived, you know, like it's right around the corner. And it's like, you want to go on a day walk and just go all the way up to a castle? Watch my channel. I'm going to be up in this bitch, bro. I'm going to go be able to live for those that aren't living, and for maybe for those that can listen and say, you know what? Fuck this dude with the beard. I'm going to put my phone down. He keeps telling me to put my phone down. He keeps telling me just go and just go do it, and just do it Nike and boldly go and all this fucking boom baby boom and you already know hashtag and sunset frisbee sessions, and you know those things all add up to me. I'm bringing my frisbee. My frisbee's already in the in with my clothing. So it's one of those things where it's like I'm prepared to be near my friends, and when I've already wore out those friends, I'm prepared for the next friends. And I'm prepared to stay still for a little bit too. I'm prepared to absorb. I know I'm going to need 2 months in Turkey, and I know I'm going to need 2 months in Finland. I used to live there. I got a lot of family there. It's going to be rude if I just come through in a week and take off and not get to see everybody. 10 days is enough in England. I don't need to live all the way in the Pacific Northwest and absorb all their fucking April showers. No, I need to fucking hop, skip, and go. The other friend's got the fucking kid off, you know, like he's got time without his kid, and it's going to be perfect timing for me to go and hang out with him so we can be boys and hang out like boys instead of hanging out with a 13-year-old that hates adults. You know what I mean? It's like, and she's a child, she's a girl. So it's like another thing that, you know, nobody wants to babysit. They want to be free with their friends, take me on the West End. And I don't even know what that is. I've always heard what it is, but I don't know what the West End is. And take a picture. Someone's going to actually take a picture for me. I'm going to be with my friend on my birthday on April 21st, day after 420, smoking weed next to Big Ben. That's a goal of mine, bruh. To be able to puff tough and fucking have a full blunt for my birthday right next to Big Ben, just like blah in London. Woo, that gives me another rush and flush, and I feel it across my back and chills down my spine and in my riblets. You know, that's when I know I'm living. And I kind of said goodbye to this lifestyle of the Ferraris and living over here and not having, and people being arrested. And last time I came by here, there were 3 different cops arresting the poor dude, 3 different SUVs. And last night they were on the road, and it's just not safe around here no more. I don't feel comfortable in my own country. So, you know, I love my friends, but I'm breaking the pattern. I love kind of driving around, but I want to feel safe. I finally got the fucking title on the car, but it needs to be registered. I don't know what's wrong with this engine. You know, it's got the check engine light on. I don't know what that is, you know. It's just more money. I'd rather go travel than spend more money on my shit. Look at this. Another biker. This is like my best friend going by. So I've been smoking trees with my friends. I've been going to lunches. I've been delivering shirts. I've been doing all that just before I'm about to leave, you know what I'm saying? And chipping away at all the little nuances and keeping myself calm, because I'm just going to get on this thing, listen to my music on my phone, make sure everything's charged up, you know, avoid all the fees. No, I don't need a book. My seat, I can always ask if there's an exit row because it's longer for the feet, you know. My aunt's going to come see me in LAX. That's super dope. So I got a 4-hour layover way, but I'm going to have lunch in the airport with my aunt so I don't miss my my flight. But she's also wishing, praying, and letting me off with a safe "I love you," and it's like cool. She was kind of trying to help me with the car and give it to my grandma. My grandma does not drive anymore. Look at all these cool cars, bro. So it's just one of these situations where we are living, but are we truly living? You know, life comes at us fast, and if we don't fucking get our hands up and scream, "I love my life," or, you know, "I am alive," or, you know, you gotta kind of wake yourself up that you're in this matrix. This chick's got a fucking cool ass Ferrari. Wake yourself up that you're in the matrix, and or you're not in the matrix anymore. That there's a life out there for us to live, and there's different foods for us to taste. And like she's making, you know, the different chicken soup stew, and know that it's cold, and that they got all these clothes and jackets that I can wear, and hats and beanies and gloves, and if it's gonna cold, they got me rain jackets, they got everything. I'm going into their culture and I'm living the way that they live. It's the true experience of being a fly on the wall. You know, everybody always talks about, I want to be a fly on the wall. This is me being a fly on the wall. I just go up to where the wall is and just experience it. I'm going to just be with them, you know what I mean? And just experience what they're eating. And they're going to take me to their favorite places. And then the tapas place, guess what the tapas place has got? They got a band, and it's like, cool, we're going to deal with the band. And then, you know, you're going to eat some finger foods one day. And then one day got the family plan to go all the way up to the Edinburgh and fucking do the train. And we're all going together. And her granddad's from Edinburgh, so she knows it like the back of her hand. And it just skips so many steps having friends. You don't have to do any more Yelp reviews. They all know where the food's at. What to go see? She just rattled off 3-4 things off the top of her head. Oh, we can go to this rock, we can go to this station, we can go do this, that. It's all possible now. So it's one of those situations where a lot of people spend a lot of time on planning and saving, when all they need to be really do is going and being and having you know, the things that they want in their lives, you know, instead of trying to figure it out or wait or contemplate or overthink, and we do that. We're, oh man, it's gonna cost so much money. I'm like, not if I'm with my friends, not if we're cooking meals at home, same as you would do at your home. But now it's a whole different couch, it's a whole different house, it's a whole different vibe, whole different language, whole different accents. All of it's going to be mixed up, and mixed up for me specifically. So I'm just grateful. You know, I'm just keep touching my heart. You know, I'm just grateful here in the Saints brand world. This is a blessed saint right here. You know, sometimes I'm cursed, like, you know, the way me and my friend, she was like, "You're rude," just a second ago. Now she's got a few drinks in her and she's love you, sainty. You know, can't wait to see ya. You know, so it's one of those things. They're infighting. That's my remote control. I want to watch TV. It's like, oh shit. You know, it's like, you know, I know what I'm going into, but I can handle anything for a month. 90 days, this especially 10 days. So hanging out with the homies just to say that I visited them. Then I get to go get a stamp and get to go into Scotland, a whole different country, and just adding these stamps. Norway, just adding stamps. That's what I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna get in front of this dude because he's a little bit homeless. I got you. And just adding in the stamps, you know, adding in more countries to say I've been to more places. And just because I was there, I was there. And just because I showed up, I get to experience it. And all of that comes to this, you know, accumulation of a blessed life. And that's what I've been trying to explain to people and live myself is, you know, live blessed. Is that another shirt that I just made? To live blessed is really what I'm trying to highlight. You know, we have the minutia hold us down. We start complaining about our lives and, you know, this bill, that bill, and this thing's not working, that thing's not working, or we need to save up and all this other shit. Meanwhile, people are dropping dead. You know, meanwhile, you never know when you're going to die. You don't know if you're going to die today in the car accident. You don't know if I'm going to die on the plane the next day. I'm not wishing anything upon anyone or saying that to fruition. I'm simply explaining that it's happening. And whether you look at the grain of sand as just a grain or you look at it as a memory is really up to you. And I know a lot of people want to push the memory and experience buttons, and that's cool. That's usually a young people sport. But then there's a lot of people that want to push the stability and I want to say conservative savings button. And it's cool and all. You know, you're gonna need to get some savings and some shit like that. But what also is happening is you're gonna have to also be yourself. You know, you're gonna have to fucking come up with a situation where you gonna say, where do I want my energy to be? Where would I like to have happen right now? Oh, I would love to have enough money for Uber Eats to arrive. Perfect. That's one goal. So now you're trying to be financially free and not have to look at your bank account very much. I get that. There's a lot of times where people just all they do is live to save, you know, and I'm on some, I want to live to breathe. I want to be able to get myself in a situation where I can be free and not just not worry, you know, free from worry, but I also want to be in a situation where I can concentrate on what I'm doing with my time in life. You know, that I'm going to spend a lot of time in contemplation or in quiet. You know, it's always the next order or it's the next phone call or it's the next email and just checking this damn phone all the fucking time. I'd like to be in some situations where all I'm doing is taking pictures with this phone and also not uploading it. You know, I'm not going to be responsible for my social life. You know, I'm just not. And I'm not interested in what grows or doesn't grow. I kind of just leaving it. It'll grow when I get there. You know, if you're going to order a shirt, it's supposed to be, by now, it's supposed to be, what do you call it? It's supposed to be autonomous, not autonomous, but yeah, automatic. And just fucking boom, bap. You order it, it gets shipped out from Printify, Printful, and somebody else takes on the headache. I keep a couple dollars so I can live overseas. That's fine with me. I'm okay with that. That's the way it's supposed to work anyway. So I'm living in that kind of reality where I wanted to be out of the apartments where the dudes are all hanging out and it's just the apartments and you got to stand next to buildings and people can see you and the kids are playing between it and there's no open ground and there's no open grass and there's a lot of old people and then there's a lot of young people and there's a lot of hoodlums and it's just crazy in this place. So I'm grateful to have a spot, trust and believe that, you know what I mean? I'm grateful for all of that and then some. You know, I see a guy holding his babies and they're all around the car. I wish I was that guy. Instead, I'm the guy that fought for his independence so hard that I ended up keeping myself single. And I also kept myself from being a father. So there's a lot of things that has been an eye-opener for me, a wake-up call, you know, for what's important in my life and what I can do with my life and the time that I have left with my life. So, you know, as my friends turning 50 and my other friends are doing their thing and you look at life and you go, what are you going to do with it? Straight up, you know, it's happening. even as we sing, the things go into history, and sometimes we just numb ourselves and make it the routine. Nah, I'm just gonna go smoke a blunt with the homies. Yeah, like how many blunts with the homies is gonna be, bro? Like by the 20th, 40th time, don't you want to be in a different apartment? Like, don't you want to smoke with different homies? Don't you want to go places? And they're like, well, I never traveled. And like, what'd you do with your time? Well, I kind of kept smoking with the homies. Well, that's what your legacy will be. That's all it's going to be, is when you're just doing just that. You're just doing the immediate, nothing for the longevity. And that's the thing I'm about. Like, before I die, these eyes, no lie, to see Edinburgh, or I mean, Munich, at Oktoberfest, and such a special moment. It's braggadocious time, but it also means that I got stories to tell that aren't other people's stories. I get to tell my own stories, and I don't always even have to tell my own stories. My eyes get to see the story, is really what I'm trying to say. I want my eyes to see, realize new lines, new life, new everything. I wore everybody out. This last year's been a disaster, just being real. After losing a kid, I've been miserable and been on my mom's couch and hating life, and not really hating life because I love my life, but I can love my life extremely and scream it from the top of my lungs, or be able to do the things that I want to do. I wanted to travel to Mallorca. She's walking the dog and checking me out. I just pulled up, but yeah, I'm trying to finish the. Yeah. I, oh, awesome. Cool. My ID should be here. Everything's kind of, but I'm by Sunrise Manor. I'll be here till 3, getting in the shower. I'm getting all my messages at the same time. So it's one of those where, profoundly changed. I went from one couch to another. Got to borrow an address. Then I with Mama Jojo here. She's adopted so many people and let me stay in her bed. So it's another mom, Mary, or fortunate soul that's let me live my life. And keep groceries and all that other things. And I'm grateful for that. She might be an old lady and lonely, but you would be too if you lost your husband after 40 years and it's only you and your thoughts and your mind. So, all of that happens all on time. And I'm trying to get over there to her so I can show you the ID. But yes, blessed. I've been very blessed and not stressed. And for the most part, I'm not in a coal mine or a cobalt mine in Congo. I'm not digging with my fucking hands every morning so I can feed myself, and I go into friends that I have, and people are like, you're so fortunate to have friends around the world. Well, it's like, well, it's cool when you're not being an asshole. It's super cool when you're being reliable and consistent and a cool motherfucker. Like, I can trip on people, but, I don't trip.
Hey,
Come here. She's got
don't
me.
make me pissed off more than I am.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he nipped at somebody.
Oh, no. Dog, what are you doing? Not being cool, huh? Taking some mail. Oh, shit. Oh, that's for motor vehicles. Yes, it might just be my ID. It might be my ID. Hold tight. Well, it's my first name, but I go by Mark, obviously. So.
Oh, your name is
My middle name's Mark. First name, you just said it.
Francis.
But I don't go by it. I got a Nevada ID. Oh my god. Boom, baby, boom. I got a Nevada ID. Touchdown number 2.
Why, what was touchdown 1?
Touchdown 1 was the title.
Oh.
Getting the title. Oh my god. It's my photo, my name. I got legal everything. I just literally pulled up just now. That's so cool. Check that out. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah. Oh man, touchdowns all around. So what a blessing. Told you, life comes out fast, dude. You gotta live it right now. They even give me my voter registration too. So
Yeah.
right on it. So what a blessing. Touchdown
That's why you say
Saints.
your prayers.
Thank you. Thank you, Mama Jojo.
No problem.
Thank you, Life. Thank you, guys, everybody. I'm very grateful. This means safe travel.
Yeah, because if there was no mail, I was going to
Amen.
keep walking.
Right. And I just pulled up
Because I
too.
just called Sean and I said, "What's up?" I thought he was supposed to be here already before
Yeah.
people were.
Well, the traffic was
And
shit.
he didn't call me. And
Yeah.
so
I told him I think I'm not gonna make it by the time you leave, but here I am with an ID. And there's my birthday too, 4/21/80, almost to my birthday. How fucking cool is that?
What's your birthday?
4/21/80.
You're born on Art's mom's birthday.
You said that last time. Yeah, we're all Tauruses. Started off. It's a blessing. See you guys on the other side.
My other Taurus called me today.
Yes, all Tauruses.
Tish called me.
You said that last time too.
No, she called me today.
No, but I'm saying you said she was a Taurus last time too. Yeah.
Nikki too.
All Taurus people. So awesome.
Mark.
Zodiacs on shirts.
So she calls me and she goes, "Mom,